maybe these AI clips are not the worst. Wow, as of course, that was a fake artificial AI created clip that is being shared around wildly by 50 Cent. That looks like he is giving no ish about his larger attacks about some of the predators in our Hollywood entertainment industry. All of this as there's some very serious questions about the Super Bowl right now, as a lot of people are coming forward right now, as there's a long history here of some absolutely predatory, horrible, messed up behavior, and more people are coming forward and saying, you know, just what? That industry that is filled with some really awful people spreading really awful ideas to the general public through subliminal mind control hypnosis. Yeah, those guys, they're up to no good. And who would have thought, as the most entertaining aspect of this is, again, from 50 Cent, that just shocked his fans and shared this deepfake AI-created video that you saw in the beginning of this clip, showing the two being arrested as Jay-Z was just named in this larger suit after he was accused of hurting a 13-year-old girl at the 2000 MTV Music Video Awards. As currently, there's a civil lawsuit as Jay-Z is asking in his response to all of this for criminal charges to be filed here. As 50 Cent posted this AI clip by saying, quote, "I want to post this, but I'm afraid I'm going to get shot, LOL." As 50 Cent was previously shot before, that's kind of his claim to fame here. And we know Jay-Z openly even bragged about shooting his own brother when he was just a teenager, as of course he was selling crack to his local community, highlighting just some of the more kind of deceivious, dastardly, and outright evil behavior, as he was literally a merchant of poison and death. As it's important to note here, crack cocaine, a major tool of the Central Intelligence Agency that, of course, used it as a way to funnel their black secret budgets, and as we have found out through the Iran-Contra scandal, used it as a form of drug smuggling that literally also helped finance the larger overthrows of democratically elected governments. And whether it was the Shah or the Sandinistas, we have to understand here that this intelligence agency connection to the larger drug game in the United States isn't just a rare occurrence, but the norm, and probably not the only connection between Jay-Z and, of course, his previous past entrepreneurial endeavors. As 50 Cent has been known for trolling P. Diddy, especially with Instagram comments like this under a photo of P. Diddy riding a bike, with 50 Cent saying, "You know there ain't no seat on that bike, right?" As 50 Cent also took to social media to ask, are we still going to have a Super Bowl here? Leaving a lot of people asking, wait, what is this in response to, specifically with Jay-Z? As Jay-Z has a very lucrative NFL Super Bowl contract deal that has the National Football League spending $125 million on a multi-year deal, specifically with Jay-Z, that now, after these latest allegations, the NFL is thinking about dropping, with 50 Cent leading the call for the NFL to do so, as the NFL is worried about, negative publicity, since Jay-Z is being accused of some very serious allegations here, as lots and lots of people are coming forward and saying, hey, birds of a feather flock together, as a lot of these rappers, a lot of these billionaires, a lot of these very powerful people hang out with some of the most awful, horrible human beings, as well as having a track record of being associated with some of the worst horrible human beings on the face of this earth. As it's also important to note here that this is not just an association between these two, Jay-Z and P. Diddy, but there's also R. Kelly in the mix here. And if you look at the larger kind of music industry, just like the entertainment industry, it is filled with a lot of predators out there that literally believe that they are gods and that they could do whatever they want with the general public, and that's how they act. As this game of combs is finally being unraveled here, and we are getting a tip of the iceberg perspective and viewpoint on all of this, as of course there's still a lot of secrets, a lot of things that we don't know about in the shadows that a lot of people are trying to distance themselves from, and rightfully so, as of course a lot of people within the inner workings of the entertainment industry knew that a lot of this was going on, and a lot of them decided to stay quiet. And it wasn't just with P. Diddy, but there's a lot of other predators out there that, of course, many celebrities were going along with, staying quiet about, and in many instances aiding and abetting their larger predatory aggressive actions against the general public. As we had a very interesting moment here on Inside the NBA, That was very indicative of this larger moment.
You think Jay-Z or
probably not a good time right now.
You're silly, man. You're silly. You're wrong. You're silly, man. You're silly, man.
Go see if you can fix the wall, will you,
Fix the
Shaq?
wall, man.
Yeah. Here, back here.
Fix the
I'll
wall,
go
man.
see if I can fix the wall.
My point was too soon, Kenny.
My point was
As yikes, that's not a good time to bring him up, to say the least here, as of course his record speaks for himself. The guy's literally on camera decking and punching a 12-year-old fan. All right, we're not talking about the best of people here, as the lyrics, especially in the music, do bring up a lot more questions than answers here, and they are very peculiar. As we have the Daily Mail today reporting how Jay-Z's illegitimate son is actually coming out and attacking Jay-Z for denying that he got his mother pregnant at the age of 16, that if done in the wrong state is actually a criminal offense. As this man, who is now 31 years of age, is now coming out and saying that he is heartbroken at the accusations against his alleged father, who now is being accused of assaulting a 13-year-old girl, as he also has been fighting to prove that Jay-Z is his biological father for over a decade, as his mother passed away, who of course claimed that she was 16 years old when she fell pregnant with Jay-Z. All of this as there are now new accusers coming out against Sean P. Diddy Combs, his friend in all of this, with one person coming out saying that she was, quote, screaming. I was telling him to stop, and he was acting like it was nothing. As one of the accusers actually gave an anonymous on-camera interview with CNN, named as John Doe, where she went into great details about what actually happened here, as she's describing how at one of these parties she was given a drink, she was drugged, and then woke up with Sean P. Diddy Combs doing some really awful, horrible things to her against her will. She describes how she woke up halfway through the incident, how she was complaining about it, and then how afterwards P. Diddy didn't talk to her and cut her out of everything, and then was, quote, blacklisted from the entire entertainment industry that is all just one big club filled with some absolutely weird, crazy, predatory behavior. As she's also claiming that other celebrities were standing by and watching the assault take place, describing high-profile individuals that, of course, found it amusing to watch. This is now the British Broadcasting Company is citing nearly 300 potential cases against P. Diddy here, as a lot of people are coming out and saying that they have experienced very similar things that have happened to them at these infamous white parties. This, as the CNN interview with John Doe, also describes how I called it a Jane Doe. It's a John Doe. It's a male who was one of his previous security guards, no longer works as a security guard. And he describes how his marriage ended as a result of this abuse that he faced from P. Diddy because of the, quote, trauma he endured that negatively impacted his relationship. He's now describing how he's going through emotional pain, mental health issues, and says, quote, nothing could give me back the person I was before that evening, as we could only speculate the weird kind of sick stuff that allegedly happened to him by the hands of the diddler. As the involvement here of other celebrities here really is peculiar, as it seems a lot of these white parties involved a lot of very famous and rich people looking at the abuse of poor people, the common folk, and then getting off to it. And it wouldn't surprise me if that kind of happens here, as there's a long history of a lot of people that have accumulated huge sums of money, huge sums of power and authority, and doing a lot of very strange things to get their rocks off that, of course, allows them to invoke some kind of emotion that they have been stunted from, of course, having. As a lot of these people are kind of mentally sick, mentally ill. It's almost very similar to a situation to wherein you get the cheat codes in a video game, those cheat codes being equated to, of course, ultimate power, ultimate money. And then you just start to do some of the most weirdest, kind of most awful stuff in a video game just to see if you could get away with it. Is that what is happening here? Well, I think there's a potential for a component of that to be true here, as a lot of people are voicing their kind of concerns about all of this, how it is unfolding. And there are a lot of very powerful people implicated in all of this, as a lot of people have rumors, speculations, conversations, all behind the scenes here that really do highlight a who's who of some of the most prominent, powerful people in our society and some of their very strange, bewildering behavior. As I think Katt Williams put it perfectly, as he said this many years ago on the Shannon Sharpe show that really did echo throughout our time and proved to be absolutely correct in our current moment. As in the making of this podcast, a lot of people are like, oh, he's crazy, he's insane. Well, Everything he said is very out of particular industries and, of course, never really seen from again, as I think there's a reason why individuals like Dave Chappelle were literally fleeing to Africa and why other individuals are usually drugged up with a lot of things like SSRIs. And again, we get into this craziness. We've been getting into this craziness for over 20 plus years. And if you want to support our work, go sign up right now to lookunfiltered.com. The link is in the description. Click it right now. We have very easy ways for you guys to sign up. We have an incredible show last night with Ian Carroll, just for members, about his most controversial opinion. That conversation is not to be missed. We release 6+ videos just for members, all exclusively on lookunfiltered.com. Plus, we do really cool things like contests, meetups, and of course, this Saturday, we're doing a range day. And if you want to be a part of that range day, I'm taking a very special class with some of the best instructors all in Southern Florida, in my opinion. And you guys could take the class with me and have a really fun Saturday with me just by signing up to lookunfiltered.com. The details are on the website, where you guys get to, of course, find out what we are doing and how to participate in all the really fun activities that are just available for members of lookunfiltered.com. Plus, you guys as members get the ability to call in to our live show, just like Samson did yesterday, which was a really fun and awesome conversation. You could be today's callers, as we're going to be doing a special podcast, 6 p.m. Eastern, with David Avocado Wolf, Sean Stone, here in studio. You could talk to them. You could talk to every one of our people that are watching the podcast episodes, all just by signing up and becoming a member of lookunfiltered.com. It's a great Christmas present that you could buy people. 3 master classes, really fun videos, really great how-tos, really great community of some really awesome human beings. You could join all of the people taking their own health and life into their own hands just by simply signing up to lookunfiltered.com. Click right here, put in your information, and I will see you there with a very special broadcast just for members, all exclusively here on lookunfiltered.com. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys doing that, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on youtube.com/wearechange. We return in just a few hours from now here on this YouTube channel for a special podcast episode. See you then.